According to our chart again, if we take a look at our consumption line and our income line, we can see that at the point where the two are equal, we are consuming $390 billion and we are providing an income of $390 billion. So if you want to think of this as break-even income, break-even consumption, you can actually think of it that way. And our savings is zero. There's two columns up on the chart that we have. It's called the MPC or the MPS. This stands, the MPC is the marginal propensity to consume. In one of the earlier chapters, we talked about the word marginal. Marginal means extra. I just told you that propensity means the desire. So basically what this particular term means is given an extra dollar in income, how much extra of that will I consume? Will I consume 100% of that? Will I consume something less than that? In actuality, at earlier stages of your life, such as, again, that you might be at right now, you would be, any extra change in income will give you, you will spend the entire amount in order to get out of this quandary right here. However, over time, you will not. You'll start to save some of that. And therefore, what we want to find out is the change. What is the extra? What is the change in consumption given the change in income? And in order to find that out, all we have to do is take the change in consumption divided by the change in income. Our change in consumption between the first two rows, 390 and change in consumption between 390 and 370 is $15 billion. Our change in income is 390 minus 370, which is equal to $20 billion. And therefore, this gives us a marginal propensity to consume of 3/4 or of 75. Subsequent to that, if we are, the extra change in spending is equal to 0.75, or you could think of it, out of every extra dollar, I spend an extra 75 cents. Therefore, I must save the extra 25 cents to do that. So therefore, my marginal propensity to consume would be 0.75 and 0.25. There's a unique concept that's going on here, and that concept is this. These are constant numbers. These don't change. These numbers don't change. They are constant at each level of income and each level of consumption or saving. So therefore, these will always hold true and be constant throughout each level of income, each level of consumption or saving. I want to take a few moments and talk about the importance of the marginal propensity to consume and the marginal propensity to save, the MPC and the MPS, and how important they are to us in helping us formulate how much the economy will grow. And if we just take the concept of the definition of the marginal propensity to consume, the MPC, we said that the MPC tells us the extra amount of money that we will spend given an extra change in income. So therefore, let us assume for a moment that our income changes by $10. That our income changes by $10. That specifically means that we're going to have an increase in income of $10. You win a $10 lottery ticket, you work an extra job and make $10 doing whatever you're going to do for $10. According to our chart, we said that the MPC and the MPS had to remain constant. And therefore, what this tells us is that if we think of this as pennies, which sometimes is easier to do that, it means that for every extra dollar of income that we get, we spend 75 cents of that on goods and services that are made by other people. So that means that out of this $10, I'm going to go to a store and I'm going to spend $7.50 of this on goods and services that this particular person makes, person A. This, in turn, increases their income by $7.50. This person, in fact, will then spend 75 cents of every dollar. 75% is $7.50, roughly $5. This will provide income of $5 to someone else. If we take 75% of this, or if this person spends, again, 75 cents of every dollar, of every extra of this $5, he or she will spend $3.50. And therefore, this will become income to someone else. So we can see that this change in income now has increased from $10, $17.50, $22.50, and in this case it would be $25.50 if my math is correct. So this original change in income, this original change in $10 has now provided us with a change in total income throughout the economy in a very simplistic scenario of $25.50. And that simply means that you get a change in income, you go out and you spend a portion of that. In this case, it's not always 0.75, but in this case it's 0.75. That means for every extra dollar you get, you're going to spend 75 cents of that. And therefore, for every extra dollar that you get, you're going to save 25 cents of that. And that's the importance. We want to take that to the next step, though, because we know our income doesn't change in a matter of, our income does not change by $10. But we want to see if it would. We want to see exactly how much this amount of money would be if our income did change by $10. I'm sorry about that. If our income changed by $10, exactly how much this particular amount of income would produce through the economy by spending 75 cents of every dollar, providing income to that person who would then spend 75 cents of every extra dollar, who would provide income by spending that to somebody else.